All right, we have several new extensions that are available for you and your students to use for accessibility tools. One of them is called Google Read and Write. And if you add that extension, you will see that it adds this little thing right here, Read and Write for Google Chrome. If you open that extension on your book, this is what you'll see. You'll see this toolbar that pops up. It has a number of features that might be helpful for students. One of them is a text to speech, so a student can highlight what they want on any page on the internet and hit play, and it'll read that to the students, okay, with a pause and stop button right there on that particular feature. Um, there is a screenshot reader, so they could literally select a certain portion of the page and hit that, and it'll come up with its own toolbar to play, pause, and stop that screenshot reader from going, and you can close that out when you're done. It has a audio maker. Will actually anything that you highlight, if you hit the audio maker, we'll create an audio file of it reading it to you that you can play back over and over again. It has a web search, so anything that is particularly highlighted, if you're something you want to look up, you can hit the web search and it literally will do a web search of that particular phrase, topic, anything like that. It has a screen masker to help you focus in on what you're reading. So you could use this as you are reading. There are settings for that as well that allow you to change what that looks like um, and what you want, and easy to turn off just by hitting it again right here, turns it off and slows that part down. So you have a screen masker. You do have a talk and type that you can use inside of Google Docs, and I'll go into Google Docs in a second to show you. You have a translator where you can literally translate something you've typed or something that's here into another language. You have highlighters, and this is really cool. They can come through and highlight words that they're not sure about, using particular colors for certain things. They can highlight things they just want to know more about. They can highlight a word that they don't know what it means. And then after they're highlighted, they can collect all their highlights. This will put it in a new Google Doc, or they can collect the vocab list based on certain colors. So you could say my vocab is all yellow, say okay, and it'll put all those words into a vocab list for them from the article that they're reading, where they can look that up. Okay. It does have as well, let me highlight this word, a picture dictionary. So if I click right here, it'll take that word if it finds it and open up a picture about that particular word. Let's see if we can get one to work here and show you some photos of what that word means. So if it knows the word in the picture dictionary, you can do that. Has a regular dictionary, so I can highlight any word, and this can be also used inside Google Docs. So if I highlight that particular word, it's going to tell me what it is, what it means, and I can find information about it. It'll also simplify, so I can drag in what I want to know and I can simplify it. It literally will open up a its own page, simplify it down to a more understandable um, term. There's an AI thing here that you can click on as well that simplifies it down even more. So you can see that it will simplify it, change it, and make it easier for students to understand what that is talking about. Okay, that's all built in there on that tool as well. Um, and it has a rewording and a practice reading aloud that will allow you to practice reading aloud. There is a full settings thing where you can come in and change settings for each piece of the extension. This is something, and you can turn on and off features here. So if there's certain features students will not be using and you don't want to confuse them, you literally can turn that particular feature off so that it doesn't come on for them. So you could choose which features students will be using and stuff like that. So that's Google Read and Write. It does work inside Google Docs. So you can see here if I'm typing in here, it has a prediction piece as well where we'll predict the next word um, as you're typing. So they could use that tool. And you can see that it'll pop up with the next word and choice, a predict and choice that they can turn on inside Google Docs. And all of those features do work in Google Docs as well as the play, the picture dictionary, the speech to text where they can talk and have it typed for them, and a highlighter. Everything will work inside Google Docs as well. So that's Google Read and Write, a great new extension that you can add into your extensions and the students' Chromebooks as well.